Music, stories, and more. You're listening to Artbeat Radio, a program by Able Arts Work.
Hi, welcome to Ballcat.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you for having me.
Would you introduce yourself?
Kam Redlawsk. I'm an author-illustrator of Yumi and Monster, and I'm also an industrial designer and advocate.
Before we start, we're going to break ice. If you can either wear food all you like, what would it be?
That's a hard one, but if I had to choose, it'd probably be pasta. I can eat pasta anytime, any day, any month. Do you like pasta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like everything.
You like me too.
Yeah. Why do curly water on TV?
A lot of news. I watched Alex Stroll, the climber documentary. He climbed Taipei, Taiwan, the building in Taiwan a few weeks ago. So I watched that a couple of days ago. But yeah, I tend to like to watch a lot of documentaries, actually.
And a lot of movies on TV.
Yes, there's so much to choose from that it's almost overwhelming to pick. Do you feel?
You can't remember everybody's name.
Right. There's a lot of different ones to choose from. Yeah. What do you like? What are you watching right now?
A little bit of everything.
A little bit. Same with food, huh? You like same with entertainment. That's good. It's good to like multiple things.
What is your favorite animal?
I mean, I have to say dog because I had a dog and they're great. So, but I love all animals. What's your favorite animal?
Dog.
Dog.
Cats.
Cats. Yeah. Chickens? Yeah. Actually, I would. If I had a farm, I would definitely have a chicken coop. Make my own eggs.
What is the disability actor?
I think a disability activist is someone who is disabled and shares their experience with the greater society to educate and build awareness. Someone that fights for rights for disabled people, because as you know, worldwide, disabled people have been misunderstood or oppressed, even with ugly, I don't know if you ever heard of ugly laws, but there was a time before the Section 504 in 1973 that, I'm sorry, I forget the date, but I think it was something with the 70s, that prohibited disabled people with disfigurement, with disease, with deformities from coming out into public. So a disability activist tries to build the human lens of that disabled people are worthy. And while we may be different, we all have things to contribute to society and stories and important perspectives. So that's what I think a disability rights activist is fighting for the humanity of disabled people and misunderstandings of it.
I think disability people or nice people try to be nice.
Yes.
We are nice in our own way.
Yes, I agree. It doesn't matter what identity or what group you belong to. We all have.
It doesn't matter.
Yep. Yeah, and I agree. And don't you feel like for a very long time, society and non-disabled world think disabled people, they evaluate us too quickly. You know, they think, oh, they can't walk or they can't feed themselves or go to the bathroom by themselves. So they immediately think we have nothing to offer. And that's the times we're in right now is disabled people telling society and showing that we do have lots to offer.
We do in our own way.
Yep.
Handicapped people are different than regular people.
Yeah.
Handicapped slow, but we do it.
Yep. We face
we do the same thing
Yeah.
by soul.
And it's not a correct way that people should view us. It's very inhumane, and it's also contributed to internal ableism, where we feel we have been taught by society that we feel we are not worthy or that we have nothing to offer, and that's incorrect, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. Do what they can do and be happy what they can do.
Exactly. I agree with you 100%.
If you can't walk, get a walker.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't, go to a bank and get somebody
to help
you.
Right. Yesterday was International Wheelchair Day, and I did a post on my Instagram, and a lot of people, they look at you, oh, you have a walker, a cane, a wheelchair. Oh, that's so sad. I'm sorry. I pity you. But I shared, no, I don't want to live in a world without a wheelchair, because without it, I couldn't travel the world. I couldn't be an advocate. I couldn't do my art. My wheelchair is my freedom. And so changing that slight perspective in people and understanding, oh, just because someone uses assistance doesn't mean they're not capable in other ways.
You can do the wheelchair, you can do the walk, and anything you could get around.
Yep, I agree. Because, all humans need help. We all help each other. Relationships, people who are married, even if they're not disabled, they support and help each other. But when disabled people receive support and help, we're viewed as, weak. But it's beyond the physical weakness or, whatever it may be that your disability is.
How did you get involved with Ackerman?
Honestly, it was very accidental. So I'm a Korean-American adoptee. I was actually born in Korea, and I was abandoned at birth. And I lived in an orphanage for 4 years. And then an American family in Michigan adopted me. And I had a pretty normal upbringing. I played soccer for 13 years. But then when I was 15, I noticed some changes in my body, and I didn't know I had a genetic muscular dystrophy since birth. But for some reason, it doesn't express itself until later in life. So long story short, it took about 8 years to get a diagnosis, correct one. And then I was told by all my doctors that, and a lot of disabled people experience this, but they gave me my prognosis, the name of my disease, GNE myopathy, which is a muscle wasting condition that's progressive and genetic. And they told me I would never meet another person like me and that I would never see research development in my lifetime because my disease affects maybe 1,000 people in the world at the time in 2003. Fast forward, I graduated college, even though my doctor said to quit college because of my condition. And I majored in car design and industrial design. And a couple years later, I ended up moving to LA. And long story short, that's when I accidentally fell into advocacy because I was working at Mattel and I had just Googled the name of my disease. I've done that many times before. But this time there was a story about two brothers who started a nonprofit to gain awareness and treatment development for my condition. And they were a research scientist and a doctor. Anyways, when I met them, they were my first patients. And then they asked if I could do a brochure design because they saw that I was a designer. And I ended up doing a lot more. So that's how I accidentally fell into disability activism.
You're happy when you do it?
Yes, it does make me happy because for so many years I was alone. I didn't receive a lot of support. My doctors didn't believe me. And so it was really hard. So I understand how difficult it can be for disabled people, for those with rare diseases. And it, like putting this book out, the most meaningful part has been sharing it with all people, but especially disabled people, because it was such a lonely journey, and that's what the story is about. And if I can share with other disabled people, you know, that just makes me really happy.
How do you feel about that?
I think life is funny. I would have never have thought I would have a progressive muscular dystrophy when I was young. I'd never thought of that. I would never have thought I was an advocate. But I think life is all about taking chances. And when something presents itself, if I can help, then I want to. That's what I've done with my whole life. So it makes me feel like purpose and happy that I can share this perspective with other disabled people.
Life is one step at a time. You can't, when you're handicapped, you can't go too fast.
Yeah, you just work within your own what you're able to do.
You work with yourself.
Right, not what everybody else can do. It's about what you can do.
You're very important if you're handicapped.
How did you get into talking about disability more?
I was disability when I was born.
Okay.
I have real support. So I live with it. I have it. I can't get rid of it.
That's very true. So you might as well accept it, right?
Might as well accept it and do
Include
what
it.
you want to do. Go on your life.
Yeah.
Like nobody knows. Be happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's my way of looking at it. Yeah, I meet the loving people at all times, and they don't care if I got a handicap. People are nice to me.
Yep.
I think if you find out who's nice to you and accept you, you will be a nice woman. Can you tell me about your book?
Yeah, so a few months ago I released Yumi and Monster, which is basically a story about my journey with acceptance for the disability. And it actually was inspired by, in 2012, I lived in San Francisco. And we had just moved there, and I was walking with a cane and leg braces at the time. But I fell, and my husband, Jason, was at work an hour away. And we didn't know anybody in San Francisco, so I had to call him. And I waited on the floor for like an hour until he came home to help me because I couldn't get up. And so while I was laying there, I imagined a furry gray foot peep out of the door, and I thought, oh, he's the reason for all my falls and struggles. And so after I got up, I did a little illustration about the idea. And a lot of people told me over the years, you should make that into a children's book. But I'm not a trained illustrator or writer, so I didn't, I lacked confidence. But eventually, 7 years ago, I started drawing concepts of the characters and writing the story. And and it's finally out now. And it's a very personal picture book. It's obviously about disability, but I also presented it in a way that anyone, disabled or not, could paint their own story and struggles and shadows onto the story, so everyone can understand and apply it to themselves. Yumi is the little girl. She is me. She has red hair, and the monster is the metaphor for my muscular dystrophy, who follows me around all the time. And at first, Yumi is annoyed. She suddenly sees Monster at her window when she starts beginning to feel weaker. And she's like, why are you here? Who are you? And she tries to get rid of him. She takes him into the forest. She thinks she's going to lose him. And in that journey, she discovers he's always going to be there. He's never going to stop following her. And she learns it's a relationship that she has to have with herself and accept herself. So that's ultimately what the story is about.
You can't get away from your feeling. It always hang on.
Yes. That's a very, the perfect comment, Doug, because that's exactly what the story is about. It's about disability, but it's really about emotions. And I think a lot of people don't confront their emotions. And sometimes we act out unhealthy, whether we inflict pain on ourselves or others, because we have not emotionally accepted. Disabled or not, people don't many times avoid their feelings. And they think that when they avoid the feelings, it goes away, all the but it's not. It's still inside, and it comes out in other ways. Maybe addiction, maybe anger, maybe insecurities, maybe lots of different ways. So that's another thing the book is about, is, like you said, emotions and facing them.
You can't get rid of what you have.
Yeah.
You got it forever.
Yes.
It may go away from time to time, but you got it.
Yeah, and it's a part of you. And to not accept a part of you is to deny yourself and also inflict unnecessary feelings of worthlessness, about yourself.
You gotta be good to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Love you better than your grandmate.
Yeah.
You come first, and the grandmate comes second.
Mm-hmm. That's great advice for anyone, disabled or not.
Yeah. How long did it take you to finish your book?
7 years, but not like I wasn't working straight. 7 years, I started. A lot of it, again, was insecurity. So I would draw the concept of the characters. But 7 years, and part of that was my first publisher, after I had finished the book, they had actually laid off my editor. And also got rid of my book, her whole imprint, not because of the book, but because of company decisions. So it took another year to find another publisher and put it out. But eventually it came out. So just got to keep at it.
What is your favorite part about the book?
The favorite part was seeing the final, because even I was surprised on things that I learned from my own story. It's kind of like my thesis in a way, like how my life and stuff. But the favorite part is, again, sharing it with other people, disabled or not. And what I found that adults, which is so happy because I really wanted to do a picture book that children and adults, because I find adults to be just children within, we're all dealing with our past as kids, and we're the same as we were as kids. We're changed, but we're the same person. So to see adults love my book and put their own story onto it, and to be able to talk to the disabled community and those who are chronically ill. I just did a visit at the Children's Hospital in OC, and we broadcasted a reading and a Q&A to the whole hospital, to the rooms, because a lot of the kids couldn't come down. So that's just like so meaningful to me, to be able to share with others that acceptance is really important and you are okay, and 3, for people who are struggling, it's good to see someone else's story so you can understand your own better.
It is important to write more books.
For sure. Definitely more picture books. I definitely want to write for adults too. I'm working on, my publisher wants me to work on a memoir, and I'm kind of getting into screenwriting and like consulting with film and things like that. I'm really interested in that, where I want to do like maybe start with novel to film ideas that are all disabled-centric, disabled characters. So I think my advocacy is unique in that it is creative advocacy. So I am trying to increase disability visibility in pop culture, like my book.
You have your work cut
Cut
out
out.
for me. Cut out for you.
Yeah, I'm always going.
Are you happy to do it?
Yes. If I'm not doing something creative, I'm not happy. So I think it's very important.
You gotta have. I can so see you got a happy mind.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Do you have any plan for future?
I always have plans. I'm always scheming. Still traveling a lot. I'm typically worried about getting weaker and how difficult that's going to be. So I travel a lot as much as possible. But lots of creative projects. I should have showed you. I made a vinyl prototype. I'll show you after this of the characters Yumi and Monster because I used to do toy design. So we want to do. My husband and I are going to combine, and we're going to do vinyl figure disabled characters. So lots of projects like that. I would like to do installation art that is disabled centric. And so, yeah, lots of everything, though, would be related to disability and trying to increase visibility and understanding for disabled people. So lots to do.
You got to keep in mind, Rube.
Yeah, I agree.
Any other thing people want to know about you?
Just that in my advocacy, I think people are really important. And I want people who feel different or lonely, because that's so much of what my life was, to remember that their struggles, it's about having a relationship with yourself. And with Monster, the name of the character Yumi is actually a Japanese and Korean name, but I liked it because it sounds like you and me in English. And so I just want people to see themselves and the struggles as a relationship where they can understand themselves more and understand that they're meaningful and worthy, no matter how they look, if they can walk or not, how they think, if they can see or not, all the ways that we're indifferent. So that's what I want people most to know about, is to see themselves as important and worthy.
Everybody important.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. This was awesome. I loved it.